it's because you're on camera. She always yawns.
That too, I do.
I got this at the movie yesterday. I'm definitely seeing Laura Croft. I don't know if we're gonna see it in the theater, but we're gonna have to go see that.
Okay.
So, I've watched the movie twice now.
Today.
I enjoyed The Babysitter so much, I made her sit through it, and I've watched it twice now. And I'd be interested can you guess what score I gave it?
Ridiculously high, I'm sure.
10.
Yeah. Okay.
10.
Okay.
Because it's great.
Okay. It's late. I'm just putting that out there.
So what's your opinion of the movie?
That was kind of weird. That was kind of weird.
Yeah. It's different.
It's different.
Because it's comedy, it's fun, and then all of a sudden, knives.
Yeah, it's a normal movie, and then somebody gets stabbed in the head.
Double stabbed in the head.
Yeah, and there was a lot of blood, and they tapped it to get more blood out.
Yeah, that's the way it works.
It's like bottom of a bottle.
That's how blood works. You just
like
sort of
ketchup.
and then it just pours right out. Yeah. Well, because there's clots, so you have to get the clots out.
Instantly.
Yeah.
Instant clots.
Yep.
That boy had some good platelets.
Well, and he had the curly hair, and people with curly hair normally have blood clotting issues.
That was so that he would look really nerdy, because nerdy people are born with curly hair. It's so that you can identify them.
Nerdy people have curly hair and glasses.
Yeah, so if you have curly hair and glasses, you're a nerd. It's genetic.
I've already discussed how much I love this movie, but I will say this much. This is the first time I've watched a movie twice the same day. It's got to be at least 10 years. I remember seeing Zombieland in the theater and coming out so excited about it. I had to bring the entire family back to watch it. I think it was the next day or a couple of days later, because Zombieland was so transcendent and groin-grabbingly wonderful. But
what?
It was groin-grabbingly transcendent.
I don't think I've
Simpsons.
ever heard you say that.
Simpsons.
Wow.
Groin-grabbingly transcendent. But yeah, this one for me goes up with Zombieland in terms of being awesome. And there was stuff I missed the first time.
Yeah.
I missed the first time.
Like the poster on the doctor's
The poster on the doctor's office about gonorrhea. I need that poster.
No,
yes,
you don't.
Because when we do sex ed with the kids, that poster will be fun for an icebreaker. Fun. Hey, look, guys, it's a gonorrhea poster. Woohoo! Fun, and go, Yvonne.
That'd be fun stuff. But
I'm not sure why the gonorrhea poster was up either when the guy was he at the school giving out the flu shots?
I don't think so, because did you see that wallpaper?
That was really weird, though. It was almost cartoonish.
Yeah, it was.
And they really make out that Cole is a superhero. He's a hero. He's fun. So if you and I weren't together, you never would have seen this movie.
No.
But if you saw this movie without me, would you have enjoyed it?
I wouldn't have seen it without you.
No, I mean if we weren't together.
Then I wouldn't have seen it.
Okay. All right. How else would I phrase this? If
it wouldn't have happened.
If you were alone,
I would not.
And
have
the
watched
TV
it.
made this movie come on, and you have no choice but to sit and watch it.
I'd leave.
It's Clockwork Orange. You are strapped to the chair, and you're made to watch this.
Close back.
No, Clockwork Orange. Your eyes are pried open.
You cannot see when your eyes are just rolling back.
Now she's ruining Clockwork Orange, and she hasn't even seen that one yet either. They make him watch Ultraviolence. They make him watch Ultraviolence.
Are there other
he's
movies
really violent.
that do that?
Not like this one. In Clockwork Orange, there's
Pretty sure I've seen that.
he's a violent rapist, and so they decide to tie him to a chair. Well, strap him to a chair, and they make his eyes wide open, and they just use water drops in his eyes so his eyes don't dry out, and they just make him watch really horrible, violent things.
It's gross.
But the violence is to his favorite music, meaning when he hears his favorite music, he gets violently ill. When he sees violence, he gets violently ill. It makes him sick. And that's Clockwork Orange. And so you can't... What I'm saying is, if you were strapped in the chair and you were forced to watch this movie...
But I wouldn't. I broke him. Okay, why would I have to watch it?
Okay, no, you're missing my point. If you were forced to watch this movie,
okay,
so you and I are not together.
Oh, that sounds miserable.
Okay, if you and I were not together, what would your opinion of this movie have been?
I'd be sad because I have a Shannon.
You've never met me in this scenario. There is no Shannon.
Oh,
there is no spoon. There is no Shannon.
What a sad world it would be. I love you, Shannon.
No, you're not answering the question.
Okay, sorry. What was the question? If I had to watch the movie,
and it's not with me, because watching a movie with me changes the experience.
Yes, because you're a goofball.
Well, not in this. I wasn't. I didn't goof around in this one at all. This one's kick-ass.
I laughed some of the movie because it was just silliness.
Yes.
Just one of those. Wait, what?
And it's supposed to be silly.
Why did she just fly across the room? What were they shooting at her?
It was rocket-powered bullets, baby. They were rocket-powered bullets.
Wait, what?
There's a Kill Bill aspect to this movie. There's definitely, and again, she hasn't seen Kill Bill either. There's a Kill Bill aspect. No, Kill Bill 1 is very good. Kill Bill 2 is not great. But the blood spray, the over...
That was silliness.
The over-dramatized impact...
Why did she go in the crawl space? Nobody looks in the crawl space. That doesn't even make sense. That's an excellent hiding place. If you're not going to leave the house, because it's a horror movie, so of course you have to stay at the house. You couldn't possibly leave.
He couldn't leave because he couldn't outrun anybody. They were all faster than him.
They weren't there. They didn't see where he went.
The football guy was there.
No, not when he went under the house. He had enough time to go and get a drill and a firework and a lighter.
But see,
and then
my theory is
the screen
because my theory
and crawl under there,
right,
and cover himself.
Yeah,
he had time to leave.
Yeah, but my theory is
he stayed at the house because it's a horror movie.
My theory is that this is a horror movie version of Home Alone.
Maybe that would explain why he stayed at the house.
Yes.
But why would she look in the crawl space? Nobody looks in the crawl space. Nobody.
Why did Joe Pesci look up while a paint can is falling down his head and not duck it?
Because there's something moving.
He didn't duck it.
Because he was shocked.
So that's why she looked. That's why she looked in the crawl space, because she was shocked.
She wouldn't be shocked to look in it. No.
He wouldn't be shocked to see a paint can coming down at him.
Yeah, you would.
See, this is the funny thing. I think
There's
Home Alone...
all of a sudden paint coming at you?
I think Home Alone sucks. And I have always thought Home Alone sucks.
Yes.
I think it is an awful movie.
I saw it in the theater when it came out.
I apologize for you, and my heart bleeds for you. The only part...
like 8 or 9 or something.
The only part of Home Alone I like is the old guy that he befriends that looks like a creepy, crazy old guy. And that's the part of the movie that I like. Is the old guy. The movie was all about...
What's with the... Oh, there we go. It froze for a second. That was weird.
If the movie was all about his relationship with the old man, and it wasn't Home Alone, it was something completely different, I'd probably enjoy the movie. But instead, we're left with this crap. And this movie takes Home Alone and makes it better.
That movie.
The boys would love this movie.
They're not seeing this movie.
But they'd love it.
Yeah, no.
Eventually they'll see it and they'll love it.
When we don't have to worry about them trying to...
reenact any of it.
Yes, exactly. That's the word I was going to say.
Yeah, yes. I didn't know you could stab somebody in the top of the head with a knife.
What? Bug spray's flammable? Awesome, let's try that.
Yeah, no, there is.
Mousetraps? That sounds fantastic.
See, and the mousetraps to me are totally a Home Alone thing. The comical amount of mousetraps and all the spiders
silly.
and all the
Not
rats.
spiders, they were tarantulas.
That were just underneath the house.
Yeah, no, and all the cobwebs with the tarantulas.
Tarantulas don't have cobwebs.
I know, and that's what I mean. I didn't see the spiders that made all the cobwebs, but there sure were a lot of tarantulas.
It's a great movie. I cannot say enough how great this movie is.
And I really don't know why.
I will own this movie.
House so clean, I don't get it. Like, they were gone. Was he gone for 15 minutes and comes back in? And I thought that's why he was looking around all confused. Just like, what happened? It's like a different house. It's all clean. There used to be a big puddle of blood here, and now it's spotless. There was splatter on the wall, and it's the cleaning crew came in, and they were really, really fast.
You're almost word for word with what I said when I did my review this afternoon, where I was like, all right, there is another member of this crew that they don't show, the cleaning person. The person who's done all this cleaning and is probably the real killer.
Yeah, because they got skills. That was a lot of blood.
See,
like,
and I
saw it all over the floor after the
I have a theory that if this movie's considered successful, they'll try doing a sequel. That the Babysitter, spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't watched it yet based on my first review. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You ready? Because spoilers. I don't think the Babysitter's dead at the end.
She better be.
I've watched it twice now, and I don't think she's dead at the end. But it's a horror movie.
Right, so all reality.
She's still moving. She's still moving when the cops show up.
Barely.
But I don't think she's dead.
She's bleeding from her back.
I don't think she's dead.
She'd have to, like, puncture a lung or something.
Now, this might be...
She's got her lower extremities crushed.
This might be partly because I think she's pretty.
Bleeding, I'm sure. Internal bleeding.
This might be partly because I think she's pretty, that I'm thinking maybe she's not dead. Maybe...
She's crushed. She was in shock. As soon as they moved that car off of her, she'd be dead.
Maybe the car's a part of her now.
Right, and as soon as they move it, she's dead.
So maybe she just keeps the bumper. And she just has to kind of like walk, so like she's limboing under a bar for the rest of her life.
You're dark. No.
Maybe they brought in a dolly, and she just has to be dollied around for the rest of her life.
She's dead.
No, it's a horror movie. She doesn't have to be dead.
I know.
She doesn't have to be dead. You could totally pull off a sequel to this movie.
They should.
I'm not saying they should. I'm just saying that with the way this ended, you could pull that off.
It'd be dumb.
All right, now this movie for me I'm gonna have to figure out where this fits into my all-time favorites because it's in there.
Of course it is.
It's in there. And Samara, number 1 with a bullet. That girl has some serious talent.
The cheerleader?
No.
What are you talking about?
Samara's the name of the actress that played Bee.
Okay. Look, I know that.
She for me now is number 1 with a bullet. I want to see her in every movie all the time. I think she's fantastic. I think she's a solid actress. I mean, I liked her in Ash vs. Evil Dead because she was beautiful. I like her in this because she's badass, and she's actually a relatively good actress. And for a role that could have been very wooden and two-dimensional, she gives it a little bit of depth. Even at the end, when she's evil, you still see, well, wait, no, she probably could have killed him at points. She didn't. She's not trying to kill him. Yeah. She cares about him on some level, as much as she can, considering she's pretty evil.
Right.
But she does care about him. She just wants to take his blood every now and then, so she's really, really awesome.
Like a vampire.
Exactly. She's the vampire, and he is the unknowing victim that she uses. She's using his blood to feed her power, and it's a beneficial relationship for her, and honestly for him. I mean, you know, if you're a guy and you can have, you know, some beautiful older woman hanging off of you, there's going to be girls your age that are like, what's he got going on there that she's hanging off of him all the time? What's going on there?
I can't say as I would think that, but
Well, because you're awesome. You don't need to think that. You have this whole Yvonne thing that's totally unique and different.
I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean, and if that's a compliment or
Everything's
not.
a compliment. Everything.
No.
You could play that evil too if you wanted to. There'd be less swearing with you. Although I don't think Samara in this movie, her character, everybody else swears. I don't know that she does. She does a couple of times, but she's not.
There wasn't very much swearing in it at all, really.
No, there really wasn't. I got a kick out of the parents. I do kind of wish there was more time spent with the parents. I thought the parents were funny. And really, honestly, I thought this was a very fun movie. I need to own this movie. Mm-hmm. I know it's a Netflix movie, but I need to find a way to own it.
Well, don't a lot of the Netflix movies come out on DVD?
Often. And then I've looked up the reviews, and the reviews for this movie aren't very good. Bloody Disgusting gave it a horrible review, but Bloody Disgusting likes the really...
Never heard of that?
Bloody Disgusting is a website that reviews all horror movies. And I sometimes disagree with them because they tend to like the more extreme ones. And this is not an extreme horror movie. I would barely qualify this as a horror movie.
It's gory, though.
It's gory, but it's Tucker and Dale versus Evil kind of gory. Where it's more, something gory happens and then there's a joke right after. There's no raising of the tensions. Chick under the house gets blown up. The next thing that happens is laughter. Because the guy goes like, you blow her up? Yeah. Wow, a rocket did that? Like, he's impressed. That's awesome. And at that point in the movie, when I saw it the first time, I had expected him to say, you should be one of us. You should join us. We shouldn't be fighting with you. You're awesome. You're gifted. You have a natural gift for this. Although I don't know if that would taint his innocent blood.
I was actually thinking that towards the end, when they were in the kitchen. What is it that makes him innocent?
His virginity.
They don't say a virgin.
They don't have to. That's what's implied by innocence. I can't think of any, or because he's nice too. So he's not just a virgin, but he's a nice kid. He's a good pure soul. So his blood would be used in a ritual, and I would imagine because he is so pure and he's such a good kid that his blood might be stronger than the blood of another innocent. So maybe Samara's character thinks that he's awesome for that reason.
That sounds just okay. Why do movies always have virgins, though? That's weird.
Because sex is considered evil on some level. In cinema, sex is bad. You think about it in a horror movie, you see a couple having sex, they're going to die.
Right, it doesn't make sense. This is really weird.
You know, part of the reason he has a huge crush on his babysitter, he doesn't think about her having sex. And in no point in this movie does she have sex. She's still kind of got this sweet girl next door vibe, even after trying to kill everybody. At the end of the movie, after getting run over by a car, she still kind of has that sweet girl next door thing going on. E.T. fingers. She still can pull that off. And if you saw her getting boned by everybody at that party, she probably can't pull that off.
True.
So, sex is evil.
That'd be a different kind of movie, though, wouldn't it?
Well, yes, and I'd be very disappointed if she was in a movie of that nature. But I'm strange that way. So, what did Bear think? Did you like it? Did you like the movie? So, okay, scale of 1 to 10.
You know, I really don't like ranking movies like that. I'm not very
She
good
says
at that.
this when she doesn't like a movie.
No, I say that because I don't like ranking things. It's
You
same
ranked the
with,
movie last night.
What movie did we watch last night? Oh, yeah. Black Panther.
Yeah.
Shannon.
What?
You're a brat.
We watched that last night.
Was. Yeah. I'd probably give it a 7.
Oh, so you rated ahead of the Nightmare on Elm Streets.
Yeah. Those were stupid.
And Jason Goes to Hell.
Was that the really moronic one?
The Rebar.
That was so dumb.
There was no rebar in this movie.
There wasn't any. No, there wasn't any rebar.
I was surprised he never got a chainsaw. Because there's so much
stupid.
Ash versus Evil Dead in this. With the way it's cast, the way it's written, the way that it's acted out, I was kind of surprised that at no point did he have a chainsaw.
No, he only had a lighter and a drill.
Which again is like Kevin in Home Alone.
Kind of, but he didn't set traps, really.
No, they were accidental traps.
Yeah.
It was all accidental. The crawl space under the house, that was all accidental. That she put her hands into rat traps shows how stupid she was. The creepy-looking Sophia character.
Might have been the really ugly eye makeup.
Maybe. She just looked creepy.
It's the eye makeup.
I guess.
And the weird haircut.
She had problems. She had problems.
They all did, clearly.
I don't know. I think the football player was just having fun. I think he was just having fun. He was my favorite character.
Having fun trying to kill people.
But he stopped so the kid could confront his bully. It was great. And he stood there and watched him confront his bully like, yeah, kid, you do that. And then the bully shows he's evil.
Yeah.
Good luck getting killed. I was like,
because he wouldn't
wow.
believe that.
Yeah, but he didn't even, like, he doesn't notice that, like, Cole's face is filthy, his hair's all over the place, and it's 1 a.m. at that stage.
Yeah,
why would Cole be out running around his yard in his pajamas?
But if you think he's a weirdo, just proves your point.
I don't know. I think that bully was really stupid. And the idea that this bully would have a bike he rides named Cindy and he wouldn't get picked on too? Come on. Come on, with the blue headband and a bike named Cindy, he's getting picked on. Guaranteed. No doubt in my mind. So you enjoyed this movie then?
Yeah, it was alright. It was a bit gory. There was quite a few spots I looked away, so...
Yes. And the needle part bothered you?
Because that's gross.
Especially when they miss the vein.
Because that's what they do. I'm one of those people that has the itty-bitty veins where they can't find it, and they do the tight bands, and they still can't find the veins. Oh, I had a nurse once. Oh, I missed it. Oh, it rolled.
I had a nurse once
Let's try the other
she
arm.
tried taking blood. I had to give a blood sample. And 4 times she stuck my arm and missed the vein every time. And at that point, I was angry, and she got mad at me for being angry. Then somebody else took over. The nurse that took over for her was actually a woman from my church. First try, she got it. And I said, oh, somebody knows what she's doing. And she's like, yeah, that girl's new. And I said, well, can you tell her not to get mad at the patient when she can't find a vein?
Yeah, it's awful. I used to, when I had my surgeries, they put the IV. You can't see my veins.
No.
They are really tiny. And eventually I got to, since I had so many.
Well, I was almost a lawn sprinkler at the end of that.
Can you wait until I'm drugged until you... Then you can insert the IV. Please drug me first. And they got to where they would, because they did know that, yeah, Yvonne has tiny veins. And they roll. And one time, one of the IVs, like, they put it in, they thought they got the vein and they didn't. It's not good. It doesn't do good things when they... Because then it's going not into a vein.
Just into tissue.
It doesn't do good things.
So let that hit your brain. And just let that roll around in there for a while.
When it's pain medication, it doesn't make your arm feel good either.
Yeah, so I will likely own this movie at some point. This is
sure.
a movie that needs to join the collection. This movie is going to take its place among my all-time favorite horror movies. It's going to be up there. Because it's fun. This is what I mean by the gore one way or the other doesn't bother me as long as it's not torture. Nobody gets tortured in this movie. Nobody's in pain for hours and hours and hours, slowly bleeding out. There's the cheerleader character that you could kind of say that about, but not really. No. She's the MacGuffin at the end, or whatever you want to call it, the red herring at the end that it looks like she's going to be the big bad, and then head blows up. So, and it blows up in a comedic fashion.
That was
Because
so
a gun won't do
ridiculous.
that. And then her body's just gone.
Yes.
I didn't notice that the first time I watched it.
It's
That she
disappeared
dies, and then her body just
not
poof.
there.
It's just
They're
not.
in the
It's just
kitchen
gone.
and nothing.
And Cole doesn't have blood on his face by about 20 seconds after that happens. He just does that, and it's gone.
Yeah.
Blood cleans up really easy in this movie. It must be blood from the movie 300. You've seen 300, right?
I know I have. I don't remember when.
The blood in 300, you see people getting hacked up. The blood never hits the ground. There's never any blood on the ground at all. It's all CGI. And if you like that, fine. But otherwise, it's kind of weird and it's distracting when you notice it. Because you're like, where'd that blood go? It just vaporized.
There's a cat on me.
So maybe the blood in this movie is like 300. Maybe they're all Spartans.
There you go.
So they're all Spartacus. I am Spartacus. I'm Spartacus. I am Spartacus. What a great movie. Go watch it. Go watch it now. She agrees. You need to go see it. Right?
Yeah. That's right.
Would you recommend this to Keisha?
No.
Ricky?
He'd probably like it.
Ricky'd enjoy it. Ricky, you need to see this movie. Kimber would enjoy this movie. Kimber needs to see this movie. He really needs... Kimber and I would have enjoyed watching this together. This would have been right up there with Clerks 2 for, all right, everybody's got to watch this movie. If you're going to sit in our area, you've got to watch this movie first. We used to make people watch Clerks 2. Just the donkey scene.
Oh.
Yeah. You got to watch the donkey scene if you're going to sit here. We wouldn't give them context.
Oh,
we
no.
wouldn't.
That's
We would
awful.
just, you have to watch the donkey scene.
They'd be
Pardon?
like, wait, what?
It's the donkey scene. And so we go to the exact part of the movie where that happens. We go, yeah, you have to watch this if you're going to sit in our area. And we make them watch the donkey scene. And then they were good. They could sit in our area. I miss my donkey. What's wrong with that? It's fun.
I like that movie, but
Naughty girls need love too.
yeah, I like Elias though. That he's the best part of that movie.
Yes.
He's awesome.
Yes. The Babysitter, Netflix. Watch it. Enjoy it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I forced Yvonne to watch it, and she doesn't mind. That's about the best. That's about the best compliment for a horror movie. It's about the best compliment for a horror movie she's given on this channel. Even the original Elm Street, she's like, eh. She's insane, but even the original Elm Street, she's like, eh.
Did you call me insane?
No, I said she's insane. I didn't say you. I said she's insane, and I said it to the camera. It's more of a nebulous she, they, them, those, thou, thus, thusly.
Yeah, you're making it better.
I always make it better. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Again, this is the first movie I've watched twice in one day in a very, very, very long time. I'm trying to think of one that... Maybe Night of the Comet. We might go back to when I was in high school before, since I've done this.
I'm pretty sure last time I watched a movie twice in one day was when I was in high school.
Yep. I'm thinking Night of the Comet. The first time I watched Night of the Comet, I watched it, I think 3 times the first time I rented it. I was just blown away by the whole thing. It was so fantastic. And this movie kind of does that for me too. It's got everything. Everything I look for in a horror movie. Everything I look for in a good comedy is in this movie. It's all there. It's perfectly crafted. The kid's a nerd. He ends up being brave. The babysitter's easy on the eyes. And it's a complex character. You don't expect that, but it is. So, and there's a lot of fun stuff in it. There's some fun scenes. I've babysat many times, and I've never been that cool as a babysitter. I've never done any of that cool stuff. None of it. And I saw that, and I was like, you know what? Apparently there's a babysitting industry that is so much more fun than anything I had as a kid growing up, anything I did as a kid growing up. I feel like I was robbed, and I robbed other children. I was a crappy babysitter. She's amazing. Yeah, she draws blood and she's satanic and she tries to kill people, but as a babysitter, she's really top notch. Once you get past the bloodletting, she's really an amazing babysitter. So, thank you guys very much for watching. Hit the like and subscribe buttons if you're passing through and you just happened upon this video. And thank you for all your support, for getting this channel over 100,000 views. A lot of it has to do with how lovely and intelligent and fascinating she is, and with all of the hard work she puts in as well, and for her willingness to sit through movies that I enjoy, which is really the name of the game. So if you want to throw in Singing in the Rain,
you do need to watch it. I have a lot
and
of
we
movies
can watch that before bed tonight, and
not
that's
tonight.
fine.
It's
time.
already
We can
midnight.
do that. It's fine. I don't care.
You do need to watch Singing in the Rain, though.
Oh, if we don't have time, then
and
I guess I
Fiddler
can't
on the
watch
Roof. You need to watch Fiddler on the Roof. That movie's fantastic. And Les Miserables. Yep, need to watch that one.
The one with Anne Hathaway?
Yes.
I'm there.
She's not in very much of it, and she looks awful.
Anne Hathaway never looks awful, except
she does though because she's dying. Well, yeah, she's dying and she dies.
There's one movie where she looks kind of crappy, but she's supposed to because she's kind of she's kind of a scary character in that, but she's still Anne Hathaway.
Dying.
But it's Anne Hathaway, so she can't really look like crap. It's an awesome
movie though. She looks awful.
She can't.
But she's supposed to.
She can't. She can't. All right, we'll settle this debate at another time. Thank you very much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.